There's been a lot of talk recently and concern about the state of our prisons. Overcrowding and violence at record levels are just two of the issues facing the new Labour government. And whilst ministers work towards addressing those problems, there's one particularly shocking example of a criminal justice system in crisis. Feltham A, a children's jail in southwest London, is now the most violent prison in the country, according to a new report. And that's where Toby Sadler is for us this evening. Toby, just tell us what's going on there.
Well, this is it. This is Feltham A, young offenders institution here in southwest London, dubbed, you say, the most violent prison in England and Wales by the Prisons Inspectorate in their new report. Remember, this is a children's prison. The inmates here are all aged between 15 and 18, so some startling figures to take you through. Let's have a look at the scale of it now. There were 410 violent incidents here in the 12 months up to March this year. That's from just 84 children, which is 6 times more than the most violent adult prison. Weapons are a problem also. 343 weapons found in that year, which is nearly triple the number found in the previous 12 months. Of course, no surprise then that things are getting worse. There were 3 times as many incidents of disorder since the last inspection, which was back in 2022.
And Toby, I understand this isn't the first time that Feltham's been criticised, is it?
No, Feltham's been a problem for a long time. I've been reporting in this part of the country for the best part of 25 years. Feltham's always been a jail that needed sorting out. I've been inside myself to film previous rehabilitation attempts, initiatives that it would seem have failed. For greater insight, we spoke to a former inmate today who was jailed here for a few months back in 2011, and he said to me the prospect of coming here alone was pretty scary.
There was a lot of violence. Feltham was known for violence. That was the one prison everyone would speak about to say like it's like a war zone and there's a lot of fighting. There's a lot of group attacks in Feltham. People don't really fight fairly. There's a lot of group assaults. This could be wings attacking one person. This could be groups of people from a certain area or a postcode attacking an individual. Yeah, so the violence, it doesn't shock me. The statistics today does not shock me.
Well, Joseph, who you just heard from there, now goes back into prisons as a mentor. He goes under the name Cliché because he's being ironic and proving that actually he's broken out of the system and isn't a prison cliché. He was in Feltham just a couple of weeks ago, and he said that the conversations he had with inmates then and the stories he heard of violence and intimidation were exactly the same as it was when he was here all those years ago.
So, Toby, bearing all that in mind, what changes is this report calling for then?
Well, it's calling on the governor to make a plan. It should be said, though, that the report was very complimentary of the staff here, that they're working very hard in difficult circumstances to turn things around, but action still needs to be taken. It called for better education services, better training facilities. It called for more exercise time for the inmates here and getting them out of their cells more. Of course, with greater violence, they're being locked up for longer periods. But of course, the flip of that is when they do get let out, there's more frustration, more anger, and so it causes more violence. The Prisons Inspectorate will be back here in 12 months' time to look again to see whether or not those measures have been successful. Meanwhile, we also heard from the Ministry of Justice today, who, as you've alluded to, have already been pretty vocal about their condemnation of the way the prison service has been left to them by the previous government. But they said that they are committed to looking after what they call the youth estate, and in particular supporting the young offenders here in Feltham.
Toby, thank you very much. Toby Sadler there outside Feltham A for us this evening. To some more news.